What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Warhammer.
I always have a backup plan.
Not get zapped by that. Go. Save in between each one, just in case.
I always keep my options open.
Doesn't feel good. That feels like it's a bad spot, not gonna lie. Ooh. So we're coming back this way because I want to check out what's behind this door.
Rise to the top.
Because that feels like more of an end area
Dust.
than this does.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last Electro priest you killed, where did you find him? Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the corpse! And another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A forced sword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. Interrogator von Calix, I presume?
Yes. Since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrix van Calix of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Shadow. A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches.
A psyker. Interesting. And a diviner at that. Even more interesting. Are you sanctioned?
Don't you Inquisition me! I'm under the rogue trader's protection!
Dira is a member of my personal retinue and is under my protection.
Your retinue, you say? Then let's go back to my previous question. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Rogue trader Gregor von Valancius.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
Theodora is dead, slain in battle by enemies of humanity.
The news is lamentable. My condolences. And I presume the heir to the sacred warrant of trade and the lofty title of rogue trader is none other than yourself. Well then, what precisely has brought you to the sanctum of the Omnissiah?
I'm here to collect you. I'm under orders from the Lord Inquisitor to offer any assistance you may require, after which I am to provide you safe passage to footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium's subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor. I came to Rycad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions. Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the especial efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
Precisely what are you doing at the monastery?
I arrived here with an escort squad, only to lose it in our very first open skirmish. The monastery is swarming with heretics. The soldiers I requisitioned from the governor fell in battle, bled to death, or deserted. I had to make do with catching and forcefully interrogating individual rebels. It is from them that I learned what I relayed to you just now.
What'd you do to him?
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
Can help you with Aurora. Let's join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall, near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
Alright. So, I think we're gonna get rid of Abelard and take Adira. And we gotta level this guy up. So he is a Imperial Ward Sanctioned Psyker Biomancer. And he is level 4. Alright, let me go through this and I'll pull you guys back in when we're finished. Alright, so we've got him picked up. He's gonna be a, well, he's, first off, he's focused very much on dodge, a little bit of melee. He's also a psyker, so a melee psyker, pretty neat. Very focused on dodge, it would seem, because he's got defensive maneuvers to start off with. Yeah. Wait, what? 5 + 2 times agility bonus. Should not be 0. Weird. But anyway, so he's gonna get desolation to start with. Damage is from agility, that's why. Then he's going to take agility. He's going to take enfeeble to, you know, debuff a bunch of people. He's going to take coercion. He's a coercion guy. He's what he started with. Go back to agility. He's going to take nimble for more dodge. He's going to take Medicae because why not? He's going to take rigorous training, more deft and more dodge. He's going to take daring breach 2, psi rating 1 because he's a psi guy, so might as well get a psi rating. Weapon skill since we can't take the other thing anymore. Invigorate to remove like stun and bleed and all that and heal. Blade of light, force attacks, deal more damage and more armor pin. He's going to take weapon skill, Medicae. He's going to take biophysical distortion, all the psyker's attacks, including damaging psychic powers, now poison enemies, and lore warp because, you know, we ran out of other ones to really take. But yeah, that's him. Awesome. Also, I don't know what he's wielding actually, so let's check out that. I didn't actually check that.
Require inquisitorial
Let's see here.
approval.
So he's wielding a medium, but we kind of want him in like light armor, right? Because we want his dodge to be better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we want him to be dodging. And then he's wielding a force sword, which is great because, you know, we're doing force damage, and he's got a biomancer staff and an auto pistol. That's all fine and dandy. Add to cargo. What's this for? Lore Imperium depend on fellowship instead of intelligence. Immunity to enemy critical hits for the first 3 rounds. This one resolve. Could be good. Also, he is our Medicae guy, I think now, right? Medicae 55, Medicae 50. No, still not our Medicae guy, actually. That's okay, though.
Cogitation failed.
Oh, you don't do Medicae anymore, do you? Wait a minute. You can't take that. You have to take it. Alright, that's fine. Give you a grenade. Give you a grenade. It's interesting that, they are still equipped on him, even though he can't technically use them. I mean, I'm going to unequip them. I feel pretty cheesy if I leave them on there. So we'll just do that. Alright. But yeah, our new guy, Heinrix, whatever you want to call him. Fighter's body is still warm. He only bled to death a few minutes ago. The hard, uncomfortable somno meditation bed is equipped with new reports to connect the sleeper to the monastery's cogitator network. No! We succeeded, and we got access to a secret chest. All right. A symbol for the Omnissiah is inscribed on the wall with grooves of electric discharges fanning out like the river. What'd we get? Lightning arc, heroic push. Cool. And leather armor. Interesting. Very interesting. So Sanctioned Psyker could now use this. I think we're more interested in you having something like this, yeah? Yeah. Boost staff, power level 9, gains a lightning arc ability. The ability is also available in the Heroic Act and Desperate Measures versions. Power level plus 10 willpower. Yeah. Upgrade for you. Congratulations. And then medium armor here. I think you actually... Didn't we make you like a dodger? I need to check. Yeah, we made you like a dodger, didn't we? I think so. So I think you need to be switched into light armor. Like an armored body glove. Makes more sense, I would say. Let's actually check and make sure we don't have like a better one. I don't think so. Oh, actually we do. There we go. And then add to cargo. Beautiful. Okay. Let's save it up and get out of here now.
Eye on the price.
Now I'm gonna go check out this other door, because, you know... Wait a minute. We never checked out this area either, did we? We didn't. What's in here? On the maladies of machine spirits, the ways of diagnostic divination.
Nothing escapes my sight.
See?
Is there money to be made?
Right there.
Secrets. Secrets don't make friends, but they make me happy to find. What? Tech Priest's body rests on a metal table surrounded by sparking spirals of copper coil. A patina of sacred unguents covers his withered flesh. His augmetics have been polished with great care. Intricate electus cover the dead man's crossed arms and bare torso, and strands of wire envelop his head. Pascal respectfully bows his head before the dead man and carefully touches the shriveled body with the tip of his mechadendrite. Honored adherent, I thank you for showing us the truth of the Fabricator General Pekravar's maxim. Death does not end the spirit service of the spirit driven. Examine the body. The body seems motionless, but you notice a slight tremor in the fingertips. The ancient servant of the Omnissiah must be data dreaming. His mind, enveloped in digital reverie, can persist for hundreds or thousands of years while his frail body is decaying. The sacred state of trance is a great reward only earned by the wisest and most pious servants of the machine god. Such purity of color, I've never seen anything like it. Deep tranquility shrouded in a cool white cloud. Such unity of thought and spirit, the dead are incapable of exuding such hues. Next to the table the body is resting on, you see small amulets crafted from burned cogitator circuit boards. There's no dust on these small offerings. They were clearly left here recently. Can you hear me, Tech Priest? The light in the crypt becomes a little brighter and sharper, and the smell of ozone fills the air. The mummified Tech Priest. The vox on the ceiling comes alive and lets forth a solemn Heinrix area that turns into a crackling, somnolent voice. In this dark hour, I'm ready to bring you good tidings, Tech Brethren. Now respond with the words of the second Galvanic hymn. Second Galvanic hymn is a revered and miraculous prayer of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Naturally, you know it very well. Let us praise the twin charges, the body electric and the Omnissiah who lights the spark of reason within us, and let us carry his cargo to those who have turned their minds towards his light. Let it be so indeed. Who or what are you? Praetor Electroid Daughter Impulse II, by the will of the Omnissiah, the prior of this monastery and the guardian of the miraculous fusion reactor now and ever, world without end. Here in this cell of mine, I have conquered death, and my mind has soared towards the Omnissiah in a blessed data dream. My body is decaying, but my spirit will remain by my master's side, for I am the sacred sentinel of the code, the guardian of the sacred relic and the eye that watches over the right of the operation. Tell me what your data dream is like. I am one with the motive force, and opens my mind to the sacred impulses of knowledge. My reason has become as fast as the flying electron and the ray of light, and there is no time. Time is no more for me. I am eternal. In my Heinrix reverie, I comprehend the wisdom of the machine god and share it with the humble priests who come to my cell, thirsting for my knowledge. The monastery is under attack by heretics. Can you help? In my data dream, I saw their unholy requests and rejected them angrily, for it is said in the 4th article of security, no unbeliever's hands shall intrude upon the operation cycle. They have seditious designs on the relic, but should I give you, who does not belong to our faith and fellowship, my blessing to stand up to the blasphemers? 90%? 85%. May not be a member of your priesthood, but you and I are of the same faith. I know not what your name is, nor what your faith is. I'm not waste my blessing on this misbeliever. Would you prefer to wait until they get their dirty hands inside your sacred reactor? Do you have any idea what they will do to it? The relic, the mere thought of this desecration is a blasphemy. The mere chance of it is sacrilege. So be it. In the name of shaming the unbelievers, I grant you the blessing of special access and the protection from the rage of the motive force. Dry crackling sounds come from inside the crypt's walls as awakening cogitators process the ancient Tech Priest's command. What do we get? Praetor's blessings, protection from the Imperium, gives 3 deflection and 50 armor against shock damage. Nice. Thank you. We won't be unplugging him. Another one.
Keep your wits about you.
Save it up. Can't talk to that one. Maybe it's like the same thing. I don't know. Or maybe you just get the one and not the other. Oh, T-posings are back.
Top, or get left in the dust.
Terrifying T-pose. Circular cogitator. The electro priest must be hiding. Place must be nearby. Yes, we already killed them. Now we can do something with this, though, apparently. Machine alters operation will respond to a social command that you do not know.
I always keep my options open.
Any special things to find? Apparently
Let us
not.
dawdle.
Go ahead and open this up for me, bud. Thanks. Alright. Save. The cogitator's green screen lights up as you approach it and displays the flashing message. Pilgrim, only the words of the first Galvanic hymn will reveal to you the gifts behind the veil of knowledge. Now, chant with me. Let us sing this canticle too. The device keyboard lights up, clearly expecting you to enter the rest of the verse. Pascal, please remind me how this hymn goes. Pascal's vox lets out a noisy groan as if clearing his throat, but then stops abruptly. After he pauses, he averts his gaze and says in a rasping voice, "It is not known to me. Only high-ranking servants at shrines of energetic prosperity are permitted to perform the first Galvanic hymn." One. Verse 2 calls you, pilgrim. Let's fill our souls with gratitude toward the Twin souls. Now finish the prayer. Only one who has learned the path of Cenobium is worthy of its gifts. Walk the path of the enlightened and sing with me again. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know if even the first ones are right, honestly. This might take me a while, guys. I'll get this. You think I won't? But I will. Because there's this thing called okay, I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. I'm not gonna try to brute force it. I'm gonna continue on and see if maybe we can figure it out. Or maybe this guy will be able to tell me. You think? Maybe? No. So I'm thinking maybe if we go to that big room, it'll have it, perhaps. Perhaps.
Is there money to be made?
That's what we'll try. Good job making it, friends.
Keep my options open.
All right, now that we're here, let's go ahead and check this out. So I've been thoroughly fried. I think we already read that. All right, hello, fight. Crowd of cultists has surrounded a tech priest crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into the blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally and forcing woeful cries of pain from her lips. In the clenched claws of stagnation and the shackles of iteration, under the iron wing, let the cycle be discontinued. I'm registering a severe violation of the purity protocol. The blessed Amarnat has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. Are you sure that's Armanat? I confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize his words. Let the cycle be discontinued is the blessed Amarnat's motto. Around the hall. Heretics have taken up position everywhere, and many more are doubtlessly hiding in the passages leading to the hall. For now, they are all focused on the sacrilegious torture of the tech priest and do not notice you. How is he bearing this torture? The devotee of the Omnissiah is capable of withstanding great bodily torment with no loss of functionality, but where flesh reinforced with sacred iron will preserve, the purity of spirit may vanish. I hypothesize that the heretics have made the blessed Amarnat a participant in some variety of sacrilegious ritual. Through sacrilegious torture, they are trying to break his will and turn him into an unholy terminal with which to control the reactor's outer power circuit system. The tech priest's colors are stained with grime. They're diluted, painted over with rot, and yet his heart still holds a cinder of bright red. This dying flame can be ignited anew. We must save the esteemed tech priest without risking his life. We can use the blasphemer's clothing as disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and cleansing the Hall of Heretics. Okay. The lightning discharges have charred the cultist corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from the empty sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Their clothes, covered in the blood of innocents, are crudely painted over with emblems of the arch-enemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. I shudder with disgust at the mere thought of having to touch clothing adorned with the unholy symbols, let alone wear it. This is the first step towards falling, a small compromise with evil that will lead to something greater. Is there truly no other way, rogue trader? The signs of the arch-enemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers even spoken without faith, their coat of arms even deceitfully worn. All this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you and draws their corrupting intention toward you. Do not make me. What is the essence of your plan? Uttering a litany of actuation for the power units from the Luminodeacon's command throne will direct the motive force created by the blessed reactor into the hall. The distribution servitor is keeping its output within the set parameters, but upon receiving an order to increase its peak values, it will turn this place into an electric trap. Safety system protecting the hall is controlled from the machine altar, which must be disabled. If all these operations are performed, I can guarantee that not a single blasphemer will survive the Omnissiah's wrath that will be unleashed upon this place. You disgrace yourself by donning these tainted rags? The only unbearable disgrace is that of a duty unfulfilled. The rest is merely spiritual attrition. You do realize this plan sounds like suicide. If this statement is true, then what do you propose? To flee? I've tried to employ this behavioral strategy in the past, and it brought my soul no relief. If it helps save a worthy man, I will put on the cultist's robes. I pray that the Omnissiah gives us the blessed Armanaut enough fortitude. Everyone doesn't have to wear them. I'll just wear them. With Pascal. No, everybody put them on. All right. The heretic's garb clings to your skin like a greedy leech. Tingling and foul fever spread over your body, as though these tatters have imbibed the vile contents of their former wearer's soul. Ooh, sorry, guys.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
I'm gonna go in the order that it panned. A grim-looking heretic walks up to you, resolutely blocking your path. As he studies your disguise with suspicion, you note that his left eye has 2 conjoined irises, while his right has 4. I don't know you. Who are you, and why have I met you before? We got a 86% chance, 75% chance, and a 90% chance. Throw up your hand sheepishly. I'm new. Was sent here to slaughter unbelievers, and I've only just finished. Aha, you're new. That's right. Every newcomer must slit a false believer's throat to prove their loyalty to the edge of daybreak. Did you enjoy it at all? You don't have to answer. I can see you did. Go ahead, brother. That's right. Oh, sorry.
I always have a backup plan.
Guess we're not supposed to touch that yet. Heavy crown of golden neural augmentics, sorry, reading all this is really hard, rest upon the servitor's head. The crown is bent and broken from ruthless gun butt blows. The pale body is covered in blasphemous inscriptions carved into the withered flesh. Identify this acolyte as a distribution servitor. I'm registering upon it traces of sacrilegious violation of the right of operation. The probability of its responsiveness to commands is below average. Try to conduct a restart ceremony. For the glory of the Omnissiah, let this machine spirit sleep that it may awaken and serve again. He gently touches the servitor's crown, deactivating one of its segments. Let the outer neural connection circuit be plunged into darkness. Another touch and several lights on the crown go out. Let the command response hub fall silent. Pascal switches to the Heinrix speech, accompanying his every action with a line from Sacred Hymn. It is amazing how the reverent awe in the tech priest's voice can be discerned, even through his rattling vox. Suddenly every light in the servitor's crown comes alive. A shower of sparks bursts from the augments on the servitor's brow, and several black ash-tinted tears run from its empty sockets, ready to serve. Energize the hall's power units to maximum. It will be done. So that's one step. Also, I am gonna go back, just so you guys know, because I think we're gonna be missing something. The altar is adorned with gilded skulls. Threads of metal that used to be electus are fused into the bone. Once majestic, the altar is now desecrated with blasphemous images of blue-green suns. Some of its levers and buttons have been pried from their sockets, but the mechanism still glorifies the Omnissiah within its operation. Identify the safety system control altar. For our diversion to succeed, this blessed machine must be executed, and may its spirit forgive us. Forgive us. Pascal offers a short Heinrix prayer, then enters command after command to set up a trap for the machine spirit inhabiting the altar. The code, born out of the tech priest's tinkering, causes the spirit to flutter confusedly in a snare of impossible commands, heat up the altar circuit boards, and perish forever in the showers of sparks that burst forth from the melting wires. May we be granted Omnissiah's forgiveness for this act. I'm registering a general shutdown of the security systems. Okay, now, before we do this, because this obviously seems to be the final area, I want to go find out what's going on with that computer. I need to find out. So I'll meet you guys back over there. All right, I reloaded after I figured it out. 2, I believe. Verily slow, a pilgrim has learned our ways, is worthy of the gifts of the enlightened. Gifts of the enlightened. What do we got? We got an arc rifle, exotic. When the wielder hits a target with the arc rifle, they also attack all enemies, and plus 15% critical hit chance to range attacks with enemies with less than 50% wounds. Neat. So you don't do ranged. You want to use plasma. You don't really do ranged either. You do ranged. But the question becomes, like, do we want to trade out the hit chance and the crit chance for the 15% crit chance if they have less health? don't think so. Now, you know, this might be better for you guys. Or I mean, maybe even you will give this to you. That could be good. All right. Let's make our way back over to the other side. And I'll meet you guys over there when we're about to click the button. All right, we're getting back into the room. Let's pop down a save. Let's see if this works. The tech priest's corpse's throat slits on the splendid command throne laced with the finely wrought motive force paths. A contorted expression of righteous anger is frozen on his face. A black blindfold covers his eyes. This is the Lumino Deacon's command throne. This is where the power unit, actuation, and shutdown litanies are recited from. The blessed Lumino Deacon himself has the honor of closing the circuit of the motive force. Ooh. Sit down on the throne and recite the litany of actuation. I'm about to be greatly honored or else thoroughly charred, maybe both. Come on. I gotta try it myself, right? No, unacceptable. Be right back. Easy. As soon as you lay your hands on the command throne's panels, this painful sting of electricity numbs your senses for an instant. Your fingers cramp and your vision grows dim. Pain is visible in the tech priest's eyes as he looks upon the sacrilege. Forgive us, Omnissiah. Oh no, we won't do that then. I didn't realize it would do that to him. We'll let Pascal do it then. That's fine. It's fine. I don't mind if Pascal does it. I just thought it would be cool if I did it. I didn't realize that he'd be upset by it. And I don't want to upset my guys if possible, even though I just upset all of them by putting on cultist clothes. That's different. That was an iconoclast decision. This was not. All right, Pascal. Get up on there, buddy. Pascal freezes when with a quiet whisper comes from his boss. Request denied. I am not authorized to sit upon the Lumino Deacon's command throne. Such an act would be considered sacrilege. Pascal, saving the relic in your mentor justifies a minor infraction of the rules. Fine. I'll do it. Repeat the litany after me and activate the command runes I point to. His Vox reciting the sacred words gloomily and hoarsely. Clinging to the blazing shreds of your fading consciousness, you repeat the words of the litany after Pascal and touch the command runes as the unabating lightning rips through your muscles and makes your bones crackle. I'm recording a successful activation of the power units. Cool. That was pretty cool, not gonna lie. That was pretty cool. We just got a lot of XP and leveled up. Let's loot and then I'm gonna do my leveling. Automatically go into the cargo, please.
I always keep my options open.
Jesus. Because you know when I level up I gotta go check all the stuff anyway, so gotta go check my notes and then I'll bring you guys back after we actually get the leveling up done. But first, let's do some looting.
Keep your wits about you.
I'm sure he's fine.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
So much loot. Mostly stuff to sell, but that's okay. I am very much okay with that. All right, guys, let me level up real quick and then we'll talk to this guy and then probably call it an episode. Be right back. All right, here we go. Let's go through it. We picked up strength because we maxed the other two that we were focusing on. You know, strength, melee, makes sense. And heavy armor proficiency. We're finally going to take it and put on some heavy armor. For Pascal here, we picked up perception because we maxed the other two, and we picked up plasma weapon expert, just get more damage on the plasma. For Heinrix here, we picked up toughness and edge of dawn for more damage for enemies adjacent to us as a psyker. Argenta here, we picked up the advanced skill of demolition so we can reroll and not fail as much and not have to reload as much. And then awareness. For our good old Cassia here, we picked up fellowship and mind over matter. So mind over matter, all resistance attacks with willpower, and if it's higher than toughness, our wounds are calculated by willpower. It's a pretty nice little defensive thing there. And then for Adira here, we picked up intelligence, and it will not die, you know. More wounds, not bad. More wounds are not bad. I need to get it on him too, but I didn't, so that's a little weird. But that is that. Let's save. We need to find our heavy armor. Cargo list, cargo. Type. Just look for armor. Where's my heavy armor at? I know I've got some. I just don't remember what it looked like. Medium, 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 medium. I'll find it. Heavy, there we go. Heavy leather armor. I think that's the only heavy armor we had found. But that's what I wanted. And now we can get you back on heavy armor. And also it looks so cool. Add to cargo. And we'll keep this stuff on us. Alright, let's save and see what this guy has to talk about. In the cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The tech priest's body convulses, pained, plaintive creaks of Heinrix prayers come from his vox. As the moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pascal studies the tech priest's face carefully, as vox system moans in a tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Armanaut. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of this spark is Abel Hanuman. The tech priest looks over at Pascal. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What is the intention? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rakad Minoris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pascal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he's saying. What design? An intention both bold and honorable, to open new gates for the waters of the knowledgeable and the comprehension. A plan written so that the righteous may follow. And trust in the great pattern of revelation and uniform progression towards it. Pascal's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I have not heard them in so very long. Ask him about Armanaut. You came here because of him after all? No, the tech priest's weak voice grows stronger. He came because of himself. Myself, to redeem myself, to correct a mistake, possibly. But how do you... There's a look of gentle condescension, obviously, and Abel's eyes, strange given to the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for it is all predetermined by the iteration. A devastating coughing fit cuts him off, and you hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. You can talk to him once we get him out of here. A cold premonition rakes the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening, brother. I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pascal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguents staining his sleeves. His vox rasps soothingly. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. Examine the tech priest. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augmetics is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It's amazing how robust this tech priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body. Do you know him, Pascal? Subject has not been identified and has no record in my catalog. Interrogation is possible and is impossible due to the subject's evident effective state of clouded consciousness. Try to take down the tech priest crucified on the machine. Soon you touch the tech priest's battered flesh. He shifts his gaze to you and says with a sudden clarity, many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness I heard their prayers. Find them, save them, recite the hymn of contact, circuit restoration, so that you may behold what is hidden. A blast of the motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts. In a mocking grimace, the malformed Bionheart code, repulsively jarring on the ears, pours out of his vox. Information archived to the effect that circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the electro priest's hiding place. Pascal responds with the dour rhythms of a containment area. I note with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He is at the grip of the schismatical, an unholy imitation of the machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the Texorcism protocol. What is the schismatical? An ugly mockery of a noble machine spirit created by the warp. Sometimes a few lines of despicable scrap code or a small clump of the motive force falls under the arch enemy's influence and degenerates into an abomination of this sort, one whose very existence is an insult to the Omnissiah's wisdom. I shall help save him. The possessed man responds with a burst of repulsive laughter. Every now and then, a word or two of Gothic finds its way into the Heinrix obscenities pouring out of his vox, and what seems to be the schismatical's tentative forays into a language that is alien to it. His body convulses, his joints twist at unnatural angles with the sound of bursting steel couplings. As the possessed man thrashes about, his internal augmetics emerge gradually through the hanging tatters of his flesh. As soon as an iron homunculus hidden inside the tech priests were trying to cast off the metal cocoon it no longer needed. Pascal's mechadendrite extends a thin drilling needle. Sacred unguent glistens on it. A code purification aria is heard as the needle sinks into the possessed tech priest's skull and touches his neural augmetic, forming an electric circuit with it. Extreme strain is visible on his face. Furious litanies pour out of his vox. Result: failure, requesting assistance. Yeah. Send a purifying charge with motive force into the possessed man's body. May the machine god heal you. Undaunted, you grab one of the severed cables and press it to the tech priest's body, and a shock of formidable power shakes the possessed man. Machine oil gushes out of his mouth. His vox hisses deafeningly as the flow of motive force burns the corruption in his sacred iron. The overload destroys some of the circuit boards of his neural augmetic, resets his code, and erases the schismatical from existence. The tech priest's eyes roll up, and he loses consciousness, crushed yet still alive and no longer in the thrall of corruption. With the utmost care, Pascal takes his body down from the mechanism and lays it on the floor. His stirring litanies of gratitude to the Omnissiah echo through the hall. Rest, tech brother. We will come back for you when we have done our duty to the miraculous fusion reactor. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands of highest mind strive toward uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to the servant on the machine gun. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engineer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. Absolutely, friend, absolutely. It said we found an item. What did we find? I want to do from newest to oldest. Nothing that we hadn't seen yet. All right, let's go ahead.
What ails you?
And heal up this hurt on Gregor.
Now, press on.
There we go, beautifully done.
I'll make sure to return the favor one day.
And we can get out through here now. But that's gonna do for this episode, guys. Next time around we'll be going down. I'll see you all in the next one.